Need to sell your property, but worried you might not find another one in the right time frame? In this video, I'm going to show you how to sell your home for top dollar and not be left homeless in the process. I have 5 options you're going to want to stick around to hear. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about real estate in Vancouver, make sure to subscribe below. Tap the bell for notifications to be the first to learn about the current market here in the Greater Vancouver area. My name is Megan Becker with eXp Realty. Myself and my team get calls every single day from people looking to make a move to or within Greater Vancouver. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, make sure to give me a call, text, or email, and I'm excited to help you make a smooth move to Canada's greatest city. When trying to line up a sale of a property and a purchase of a new property, there's a lot of moving pieces here, and it can be really overwhelming to line up things absolutely perfect. You want to move because maybe you want more space and you're trying to close on a new property and line up those dates precisely. So I'm going to show you 5 ways to strategize around that I've helped my clients through. Step number 1 is to negotiate a long close. So to list your home first and then negotiate with that buyer a really long closing period, 90 days, maybe even longer than that. This is the best strategy if you need to sell before you buy for financing reasons. So what this does is it allows you to get that accepted offer in place and then to be able to start that shopping process for your new home once that accepted offer is in place. This is really the ideal situation here. But I always tell my clients, one of my life mottos is expect the best, plan for the worst. So ideally we would like this situation, but I find that real estate is a lot less stressful if you talk about all of the contingency factors that might happen and devise a plan. Let's plan for the best case scenario, but let's also talk about maybe the not ideal scenarios just in case we're not able to make this scenario happen. Number 2 is bridge financing. This is basically going to allow you to own 2 homes for a short period of time and then line up the closing dates as close together as possible so there's little overlap. Bridge financing provides short-term funds to cover the down payment on your new home if the sale of your current home hasn't been completed yet. But don't just assume that you're going to qualify for bridge financing. This needs to be a conversation that you have with your mortgage broker and you get fully pre-approved for that. Getting bridge financing, this works really, really well if you have a very saleable property. And what I mean by that, if you have a property that you chat with your realtor and you know that you're not going to have any issues selling, maybe it's a really hot market or maybe it's a really in-demand type of property, this might be the best strategy. So in step number 2, we start the buying process first, but have your home ready to list as soon as we get that accepted offer. Number 3 is to put your belongings in storage and actually travel for a few months. And I actually had quite a few clients take advantage of this offer. So this would depend on your work situation, your current circumstances, but this can be a really great option. And the clients that took advantage of this most recently, they had a really great property that we were listing and they wanted to sell. And we took advantage of a really busy spring market when we knew that we could maximize and capitalize on the sale price. And then they were very specific in the property that they were looking for to upgrade in. They were upsizing, they wanted more space, they wanted a larger piece of land. And we took advantage of that spring market and we got a really great offer, a quick close, and they were super happy with what we got there. As soon as we got that accepted offer, we started looking for their repurchase. And we weren't able to line up the closing dates perfectly because we had to be a little bit negotiable and we weren't able to find their dream home right away. So we were looking for a period of time, and what they actually did, there was a 2-month period between when they closed on their sale to when they closed on their purchase. They actually put all of their belongings in a storage container and they traveled. They took advantage of July and August, the summer months, and they stayed with friends for a little bit, family members for a little bit, and then they moved into their new property. And they absolutely loved that scenario because it allowed them to travel, allowed them some flexibility, and it allowed them to get a really great sale price on their property to capitalize on the market conditions, and then gave them time and flexibility to purchase something that they weren't in a rush to purchase. Number 4 is short-term rentals. This can be a really great option if you're trying out new areas. Maybe similar to the last scenario, you you want to capitalize on a very hot market, a hot seller's market, but then you're moving to a different area. Maybe you're relocating and you close on your sale in your current location, and then you move to the new city, but you rent a few places to try out different areas. I've had other clients here in the Greater Vancouver do exactly that. They wanted to really get a feel for what different communities were like. So depending on the property that you're looking for, depending again on your family dynamics, what is your current living situation? This might be a really great viable option. And this may also make the showing process a lot easier listing your current property. Clients that I'm thinking of that did this exact situation, we knew that we were listing in a very hot market, and we prepped them that likely you're going to get a boatload of showings right out of the gate. We priced it to take advantage of a very low inventory market. They had a really great property. It showed really, really well. And they actually moved, they left town as soon as we hit the market. They were basically moved out, staged their home, and they had gone on to the new city so that they weren't inconvenienced by showing after showing after showing. Because we actually had, in this instance, it was 4 jam-packed days of back-to-back showings, and they had kids and pets and all of the things, and they just knew that they didn't want it. They didn't want the hassle of having to deal with that, so they actually left their home early. So this is something that you could consider. You could put all your stuff in storage and then rent out some furnished rental places. Might be a great option just to capitalize on that market. And again, all of these situations that I'm outlining here, it really depends on your personal situation. Number 5 is a rent back. This is not something super common, but it is an option. This is where you could negotiate a rent back agreement with the new buyers of your property. If you wanted to list and sell, but you weren't in a position to actually vacate and leave the property yet, you could negotiate renting for a period of time from the new buyer. This arrangement allows you to rent back your home at a predetermined rate for a specific period of time after closing. This extra time gives you the flexibility to find something and move into your new home comfortably. This might be a situation, say you wanted to take advantage of a current market, but kids were in school or something like that, and the kids wanted to finish out their schooling there. But again, you have to negotiate that with the new buyer of the property, and it has to be something that they are open to. So this isn't, a super common option, but it is an option nonetheless. Number 6 is having a sale of home condition on your contract of purchase and sale. And this isn't ideal, so that's why I didn't include it in the main 5 points. But depending on the circumstances, this could be a really great viable option. So the first here is having a seller condition. So you list your home and you negotiate in that offer with the buyer that the offer is subject to you as a seller finding a new property. Or you can negotiate this as a buyer if you choose to purchase first, is you negotiate into that contract of purchase and sale on the buying side, negotiate that offer is contingent on you selling your current property. So like I said, neither of these is ideal because it really leaves one other piece of the puzzle left up to the unknown for the party on the other side. But I have seen it happen, and depending on the market conditions, depending on who's on the other side of the equation, again, it might be a viable option. And that wraps up the video on how to sell your home and not be homeless. I hope you got value from this video, and if you're curious about the buying process as a whole, check out my video I did, The Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home here in Vancouver. My name's Megan Becker with eXp Realty, and if you're thinking about making a move to the Greater Vancouver area, make sure to contact me. All my info is in the description box below, and I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Canada's greatest city. And until next time, I'm gonna grab a decaf coffee and go for an evening walk around the seawall.